In this lecture, we're changing our audio approach so that we can play multiple audio clips using play one shot, and when we crash or when we land on the pad at the end, we've got new sound effects that boop, trigger at the right time. Let's get started. If you remember from a few lectures ago, I gave you some audio clips for, what's this one? The death explosion, the main engine thrust, and the success sound effect. If you don't have those, you can go back to that lecture and re-download them, or if you're creating your own, now's the time to create the explosion and also the success sound effect, because we're going to be using those in this lecture. Let's click on our player rocket and we'll have a look at our audio source. You can see in here we've got, under audio resource, we've got the sound effects main engine. That means whatever we're doing with our audio source, when we tell it to play, it already is just playing this one thing. And it's one thing that it'll play, but we want to play one thing when we're thrusting, and one thing when we crash, one thing when we have success by reaching our final destination, our landing pad over there. Which means first step here is we're going to get rid of this audio resource. Click on the little selector there and double click on none. So now we have no audio resource. I did that quickly, so you can see none up the top there under assets. Double click on that. Now we have none, which is what we want because we're going to be doing this in code. Let's hop over into our movement class. And the first thing we need to do is find where we're currently playing our audio. So scroll down and within process thrust and you can see audio source.play. Now audio source.play doesn't afford us a mechanism for saying, hey, play this particular audio clip. For that, we need something different. And if we jump over into the Unity docs and have a look at audio source, we can find that there's a method called play one shot, and play one shot allows us to pass in an audio clip. It also allows us to monkey around with the volume if we want to. We're not going to worry about that for now, but allows us to pass in a clip. Whereas if you find on here audio source.play and click on that, it doesn't have that mechanism. It doesn't say, hey, what do you want me to play? It's just playing itself. It's playing the thing. Which means back in our code here in our movement script, instead of audio source.play, we're going to use audio source play one shot. And now it's going to have a squiggly line because it wants to know, what do you want me to play? And to do that, we're going to jump all the way up to the top and create ourselves a new serialized variable. So start off with serialized field, and this will be of type audio clip. And we're going to call this is to do with the engine thrusting. So we'll call it main engine. That makes sense. And then semicolon. Now, if we scroll back down to where we've got play one shot, we can tell it, hey, play our main engine audio clip. And that is what we're passing into this method. Let's save that, jump back over into Unity. And importantly, while we're clicked on our player rocket, we find our movement script. We should now have this new serialized field main engine. If we click on the selector there, it wants to know which particular audio clip do you want me to play, and we're playing the main engine thrust. So I double click on that. Now it knows we've connected up within our inspector. It's this clip that's going to be passed in because we've got it here as main engine, and then main engine is going to be played down here in our play one shot. Let's click on play to make sure that is working. Okay, I've turned my volume down a ton so it's not blasting your ears. Hopefully you can hear that. I can hear it just fine. Starts and stops at the right point, exactly what we want to do. Just a note on that, stop is still stop. We don't need to do stop one shot. Stop is just fine. And now's a good time for us to do a challenge. We're going to play audio on collision. We've got a couple of different collision situations. So I want you to go ahead and figure this out, to play audio when the player crashes into an obstacle, and also play some audio when the player successfully reaches the landing pad. And if that's enough information to go on, if you're feeling a little bit clever at the moment, then pause the video and take that on. If you need some hints, then here are the hints. We need to get and cache the audio component. We need to create variables for each clip, and we need to play the clip at the appropriate time. Just showing you what we've gone through in the earlier part of this lecture. There's the steps for that. So here's your challenge. Pause the video. I'll see you back here when you're done. One thing I didn't mention is that we need to be in the collision handler script. Hopefully you figured that out all on your own, which would be fantastic. And the first thing I'll do is create some variables. So serialized field. This will be of type audio clip. And the first one I'll call success. And I'm just going to copy that, paste it down below to speed things up a little bit here. And second one I'll call crash. I prefer crash over die or death or kill. I think it's just a little bit friendlier, a little bit happier as we're going through our game. Crash, because maybe you survived. Maybe you crawled out and lived on to fight another day. Okay, random rant aside, now we need to reintroduce our start method, and we don't want to put it inside our on collision enter. We've been down that road before, haven't we? So let's give ourselves a little bit of space. We'll start with start. I'm going to put my curly brace down on the next line. And within here, we need to get, oh, you know what? I haven't created a variable for my audio source. So just up underneath serialized field, we need to create a new variable of type audio source, and we'll call it audio source with a lowercase a and uppercase s. Audio source, audio source. Now, what is audio source? Well, in start, we can say that audio source equals get component, because we need to be able to access that component, angle brackets, audio source, parentheses, semicolon, and save, as we should do regularly with these things. Now, where do we place that? Now that we've got our audio source and we've said what our clips are, we need to play them somewhere. We've got our start success sequence and we've got our start crash sequence. That seems like a pretty good place. Hey, we even gave ourselves a little reminder, put in sound effects and particles. Well, that's what we're going to do right now with the sound effects part anyway. So we access our audio source dot play one shot, our new fancy method that we've discovered, and we can put in here success. That is the first clip. Once again, I'll copy that, and under start crash sequence, while we're here, we'll do this one as well. Paste that in, and instead of success, we're going to have a crash audio clip. Let's save up all of those things back to Unity. Now, what do we need to do? We need to connect those in our inspector. So I've clicked on my player, scroll all the way down. I believe there's my collision handler script. I need a success sound effect. Click on that and I'll find success. Nicely named. And then crash, I'll click on that. Death explosion. Well, let's just pretend it's... You know what? Can I rename it in here? Click on that once, click on it twice. F2. No. Okay, I'll add it in here. And then I'll click on my sound effect over here and F2 to rename. I'm just going to call this explosion. Actually... even smarter would be to call it crash explosion, wouldn't it? There we go. So I've got crash explosion. A little bit family friendly there. It's not death and dying and killing and maiming. It's crash. Now when we click on play, let's see if that works. I'll crash into something. Boom, boom, boom. It's crashing multiple times. We'll fix that later on, but for now that is success. I can still hear my rocket, my main engine that is, and when I land... there we go, we've got our success sound effect. So we've successfully implemented 3 things. Let's see if it works when we go to the next level. Make sure that all has been hooked up properly. Crash. No, it doesn't. Oh, and I'm even stuck. What's it saying here? Play one shot was called with a null audio clip. What have we done here? I have a suspicion that I didn't apply all these changes to my prefab. Being a little bit naughty there, so I need to return back to the scene that we were working in first of all, which was over. Save that. You can see when I click on my player rocket, we've got all these additional things that we've added in here. On collision handler, we've got our success and crash. But if I go have a look at my prefab for my player rocket, you can see that there's none in there. This is one of those common things working with prefabs that we can sometimes forget. When we load into the next level, it's taking the instance of the player that we duplicated previously. So we need to find the changes we just made, scroll all the way up to the top, not tagged, prefabbed overrides. You can see there we've got our changes we've made. Click apply all, scroll down just to make sure that, yep, that looks good. Click on our prefab. Yep, that looks good. Now when we click on play, we'll quickly make our way to the next level. Boink, elegantly. And then if we crash here, makes the noise and we don't get any of those errors or exceptions. We'll just do the one last due diligence, make sure that our sound effect works on the success pad, which it does. There we go. We've added some sound effects. Good stuff. I'll see you in the next lecture.